Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Newsbrowse News broadcast. CBS News reports that Qatari Prime Minister Sheikh Mohammed bin Abdulrahman bin Jassim Al Thani expressed a high probability that the U.S. and Iran will reach a deal just before his meeting with Vice President J.D. Vance in Washington, D.C. The Prime Minister, who also serves as Foreign Minister, has been a crucial conduit for the U.S. on sensitive issues like Gaza, Afghanistan, and Iran. U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio, speaking from Italy, confirmed that the U.S. expects Iran's response to a draft agreement aimed at ending the war today at some point, with hopes for a serious negotiation process. These optimistic remarks from Al Thani came even as regional tensions remained high, with U.S. self-defense strikes and a UAE report of shooting down Iranian missiles and drones overnight. Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araqi criticized the U.S., stating that it often opts for military action when diplomacy is on the table. Pakistan has been the convening country for the diplomatic talks, with global efforts continuing to de-escalate tensions in the Middle East. According to the Epoch Times, U.S. President Trump and European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen held a phone call on Thursday, May 7th, where they reached a complete consensus that Iran must never possess nuclear weapons. President Trump conveyed this agreement via a post on Truth Social, stating, "We completely agree that a regime that slaughters its own people should not be allowed to control a nuclear bomb, capable of killing millions." Earlier this week, von der Leyen had condemned Iran's brutal actions following a series of drone and missile attacks targeting the UAE, reiterating her commitment to de-escalation and diplomatic solutions. Trump also confirmed a critical U.S. demand for any potential agreement with Iran, that Tehran would be required to transport its highly enriched uranium stockpile to the United States and commit to ceasing operations at its underground facilities. U.S. Senator Lindsey Graham cautioned that the specifics of any diplomatic deal with Iran would be paramount, hoping it would curb both Iran's nuclear ambitions and its role as a state sponsor of terrorism. While Pakistan's foreign minister expressed optimism about ongoing mediation efforts after a call with Iran's foreign minister, Iran has yet to formally respond to the U.S. proposed peace framework. Trump warned on Wednesday that if Iran rejects the U.S. offer, he might order more intense military strikes. Ukraine and Russia have launched fresh drone attacks against each other, casting serious doubt on the implementation of Moscow's proposed unilateral ceasefire during the upcoming Victory Day commemorations. Russia's Ministry of Defense claimed its forces intercepted 264 Ukrainian drones overnight into Thursday, some even near the capital. Moscow had previously announced a pause in combat operations and long-range strikes for May 8 and 9, but vowed to respond to any Ukrainian aggression. Conversely, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky reported extensive Russian activity, including over 140 airstrikes and 10 ground offensives against frontline positions, notably near Sloviansk, along with dozens of drone attacks on multiple regions. Zelensky stated that Russia demonstrated not even a symbolic attempt at a ceasefire, vowing Ukraine would continue its defense and retaliation. Earlier, Ukraine criticized Russia for failing to coordinate its ceasefire offer, presenting its own proposal effective May 5th. Zelensky urged foreign leaders to reconsider attending Moscow's May 9th parade, deeming it very strange. Russia warned of retaliatory missile strikes on Kyiv if its Victory Day celebrations were disrupted, advising embassies to evacuate personnel. This news is from Lenya Zalbot. An outbreak of Hantavirus has been reported on the polar cruise ship MV Hondius, resulting in 5 confirmed cases, 3 suspected cases, and 3 deaths. Patients are currently receiving treatment or are in isolation across the UK, Germany, the Netherlands, Switzerland, and South Africa. A crew member of KLM Royal Dutch Airlines who had contact with an infected individual is now exhibiting suspected Hantavirus symptoms. If confirmed, This would mark the first non-passenger case linked to the outbreak. Singaporean authorities have also placed 2 of their nationals who disembarked and returned via South Africa under isolation and testing. The World Health Organization cautions that the number of cases may increase due to the virus's incubation period, but stresses that the scale of the epidemic will be limited if countries implement robust preventive measures. 2 Argentine passengers, a husband and wife, reportedly died after contracting the Andes strain of the virus, with the wife passing away in South Africa after disembarking. The MV Hantavirus is expected to arrive at Tenerife in the Canary Islands on Sunday. Hull has alerted 12 countries, and South African airlines are tracing contacts. Argentinian officials are planning rodent testing in Ushuaia, the ship's departure point. This news comes from Dusi Wanding. According to Itele News NNN, the U.S. Labor Department released its April employment statistics on May 8th, revealing a significant increase in non-farm payrolls. The number of employed individuals rose by 115,000 from the previous month, substantially exceeding market forecasts, which had anticipated an increase of approximately 60,000. This data indicates a robust and resilient labor market in the United States. Furthermore, the unemployment rate for April remained stable at 4.3%, showing no change from the previous month. Reuters reported that the strength of the labor market suggests that the Federal Reserve (FRB) is likely to maintain current interest rates for the time being, reinforcing views that a rate hike is not immediately on the horizon. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.